And you can start that low, maybe let's start it low where it just feels a little easier on the body, on the breath. Go down near the waist, down near the lumbar spine. You might just come and, take a breath or two. See how that feels for you. You can always unroll. If you feel like there's just too much blanket, you can always just take it down a notch. So let the spine just take the shape of the hump of the blanket. And then when you're ready, just start to come to the side of the ribs. And then across. And over to the other side. So let's just kind of roll out some tension before we begin a little bit stronger practice. There's a little bit of tightness and tension here to begin. So typically, 5, 6 times to each side, and then we can adjust, reassess, adjust, move up or move down. I'm going to go up a little bit more toward the middle of the rib cage. The rib cage spine, just under the shoulder blades. Just re-roll the blanket so I'm nice, have a little bit of density there again. Side to side. We go once more to each side at this level and then go up one more time. Once more, and you can see, if you feel like you have flattened it out a good deal, always come up and just give it another roll. Right across the shoulder blades. Couple more each side. Good, and then just come up from your side, either side when you're ready. Come up. Picking the blanket up from behind you and set the blanket aside. Bring yourself back onto your back. Let's take the hands together behind your head. We'll take the legs up into the air and cross one ankle over the other. And you can either, right, it's optional to have your head and your shoulders up off the floor. You'll stay there. That's okay on your neck. Then you're just pulling the tailbone towards you. Okay. You can do this also, just keeping your head, shoulders on the floor. If it's too much strain on your neck. Let's do 20. You might do 10 and then recross the ankles and do 10 more. And then set your feet on the floor, head and arms and elbows to the floor. And you'll notice if you're trying to do a little bit of both, head up and also head on the floor, you will notice the increase in effort. Once your head comes up, you're just really using a lot more of the whole kind of upper to lower abdominal sheath. Okay, so you can turn that up or down as you like. Add more or take a little intensity away. Let's do that once again, right? So you just come back up, cross, lift or don't lift, 10. Switch the cross, 10 more. When you all together, set your feet on the floor, let your head go, pause here, take a breath. Let's take the hands again together behind your head, interlace your fingers together behind your head. And for this, we want to try to stay a little bit open in the elbows, but we're going to cup up and rotate from side to side. So we want to pull the belly in, lengthen the lower back, come up, one leg goes long, and we turn elbow to opposite knee, and then switch. Five more, each direction. Look at the ceiling, protect your neck. One more. Head to the floor, arms long overhead, legs long on the floor. Reach, hug thumbs together, pull, extend, stretch. Okay, we're going to bring the feet to stand up on the floor. And on the exhalation, we're just going to work with the upper body to come up. And you're going to take that as like a big hug, right? So your inhale is on the floor, your exhale, head up, shoulders up, arms like you were reaching for a big hug, squeeze, right? Hold here, make this really active, and then let it go. 2 more. Inhale to the floor, pause again and take a breath. Okay, we're going to do all 3 of those movements one more time and just 10 of each. Okay, so that looks like legs up in the air, ankle crossed, 5, switch the cross, right, one knee in opposite elbow, five, 4, 3, 2, 1, right? Both feet on the floor, sit up, reach up and around, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. And then just extend legs. This time here, let your head turn from side to side. Might feel a little strain in your neck. Turn your head, let your head just roll from side to side. Good. And then let's grab the weights. Grab weights if they're close by. Go for a little heavier weights here on the floor, on your back, right? A little more accessible from here. 5s, even 8s if you're up into 8s or 6s, but from here we'll start right at right angles at the elbows. We're going straight up, flexing the triceps. Just adding a little strength work to the practice. 12 of these, 11, 12. And then from here, right, right at the collarbones, weights at the collarbones, elbows wide, straight up. Right, and then all the way down by your sides. See how much control you can take the weights all the way up and over your head, and try to keep the movements really smooth and really even. You can turn the weights so that the palms are facing in different directions as you come up and down. Where is it more challenging? Where does this feel a little easier? Where is it a little more challenging? This is hard with 5s. This is a lot of weight. To have the weight this far away from you, right? It's a little more strain. You're going to feel it a little bit more at the shoulders. So you can make those movements smaller if you need to, want to, or just go to a lighter weight. I lost count. I'm going to do 5 more. Good. Back to tricep extension. Well, right, push-ups from the collarbones. You can treat these like reverse push-ups, right? Let the push be real slow. Imagine that you are facing the floor, pressing the weight of your body up off the ground. Good. And then one more, we'll just do one more. We'll do 2 sets of all of these, right? And so this longer arm overhead extended. What happens when you really try to keep your elbows more straight without locking, right? Just more extension in the elbows versus that little bit of bend that just eases the movement a bit. One more, all the way down. Set the weights aside. Reach up, extend the legs, put the thumbs together. Take a breath. Bring the feet back up to stand, lift your head, take your right hand, bend at the elbow, take your right hand to the back of your neck, upper back, lay your head into your arm, bring left hand to your right elbow, push your feet, push head back into the crook of your arm, elbow, and take 2 or 3 breaths. Lift your head, switch arms, left hand to your back, right hand to left elbow, push into your feet, send the weight of your head back. Take 3 big breaths in the stretch. Ah, nice, and let that go. Bring yourself over onto your side. Take your time coming up, move yourself away from the floor. Re-wrangle the hair. All fours. Take a big breath in, look forward. Exhale, draw the chin in, stretch up into the upper back, navel to spine, sit bones to your heels. Inhale, all fours, round through a little bit of a back bend, upper back. Exhale, round up, press back. One more breath after this. Good. Cross the legs behind you, hands to either side. So you could just roll back into a comfortable cross-legged seated position. And then just kind of feel through for a comfortable upright spine. Shoulders back. Ear to shoulder. Very mild, just very gentle, minimal kind of stretch if that feels best. Ear to shoulder, neck stretch, ear to shoulder. Left ear, left shoulder. Right ear, right shoulder. Okay, and then you might try just dropping chin or chest. And a very small movement. It could be very small, very subtle. Bring your head back up. Might just lift the chin, look up a little bit, or if it's okay, you feel like it's okay to drop your head all the way back, you might do that. And then find what feels like for you, very comfortable kind of tilt of your head. So the head is moving in a circle, but it's just tilting around the top of the neck. Go the other way. Yeah, and then pause, head resting atop the neck, neck coming into its comfortable alignment situation with your shoulders. Pause here, just take a breath again. Let interoceptive, feel what there is to feel, pause. Okay, and then let's come back onto all fours from there. And go back with the knees, right, so that the knees are behind the hips, so that we can shift forward. The hips can drop, arms over the wrists, maybe the wrists can be slightly ahead of the shoulders. We're going to just do a little elbow bend. Squeeze the shoulder blades in toward your spine. And then come back up. So it's 1, 2, squeeze in. 3, release. Bend. Hug in, squeeze, feel the shoulder blades come toward spine. Let it go. Here's 5, tiny bend. Doesn't have to be a lot. Come up. 5 more. And we're going to move slowly so that you feel this happening in 3 parts, right? The 1 bend, the 2 hug in, the 3 release. 2 more. Yeah, good. And then just send your hips back. You rest your forehead on your hands. Just come out of your shoulders. Let the shoulders go. Child's pose, right? Or you could also just be sitting back on your feet. Okay, and then we'll come from there back into all fours. We're going to come into downward facing dog. We're going to step the left foot forward. We're going to step the right foot forward. Half forward fold. Inhale, exhale here. Come all the way up. Arms over your head. Palms together at your heart. Let's try to reverse that. So we'll go inhale up. Exhale, half forward fold. Take a breath in. Exhale, palms to the floor, step back left foot, step back right foot. Downward facing dog. Look forward, right foot up, left foot up, half forward fold. Exhale. Inhale all the way up. Palms overhead. Exhale, palms to heart. Okay, and then from there, let's just play, let's play with one form of standing on your one leg, of balancing on a leg. Let's see if we can go weight shifts to right leg. Lift the knee. Bring the left hand against the right knee. Resist. Hold. Knee into hand. Hand resisting knee. Five breaths. Drop the right foot. Balance in the left foot. Feel the weight shift. Find your balance. Feel the stability. Fix your gaze. Right hand, right knee. Press. Hold. And both feet to the floor. Mountain pose. Okay, and then reach your arms overhead, take a breath in. Exhale to the half forward fold again. Bring chin to chest, look down, lengthen the back of the neck, pull your shoulders down and in. Inhale, exhale. Then let's bend the knees. Bring the fingers to the mat, a little bit ahead of your shoulders. Shift forward, lift your right leg and just take it back. Keep it lifted, keep it activated, keep it lifted and extended. Walk your hands back toward your left foot. You can stay right here, just looking down at the floor, a little more like tabletop in your back. Play with letting one hand go. The other hand. Both hands to the floor. If you can lift both hands. Kind of not really warrior three, really, we're not way up here. We're about halfway kind of angled toward the floor. You could be a little closer if that felt manageable, doable. Reach both hands to the floor, bring your right foot to the floor. Half forward fold. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, palms to your heart. Arms by your side, it's mountain pose. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, half forward fold. Inhale, exhale. We reach out onto the mat with fingertips, shift forward, left leg up and back. Walk hands back toward right foot. Let the right hand go. Bring the right hand down, let the left hand go. Bring both hands back down. Play with trying to get both hands off the floor. You're supporting a little bit of your upper body weight, torso weight kind of on top of your leg. So it's got a little more work to do. Here, this is my weaker leg. This is a lot harder on this side. Both hands to the floor, both feet to the floor. Come down onto your knees. Sitting. Both legs forward. Scoot up on your sit bones. So feel length between sit bones and heels. Reach both arms up. Exhale. Pop the knees up here a little bit and pop the knees up off the floor fold. One more breath. Inhale, exhale, release. Bring sole of left foot to inside of right thigh. Let's reach up, reach a little bit forward, up, out of the hips, and then out over this extended leg. 5 breaths. Walk the hands back up, bring the spine back up, switch legs. Inhale, reach up, exhale, reach out. One more breath. Release. Scoot hips forward, come onto your back. Here, once again, and let's go out wide with the feet. Kind of feel for the edges of the mat with your feet, away from the backs of your hips, a little toward the short end of the mat. Let both knees fall to the right. Without any effort, just let the weight of the legs drop to the right, and then come up. Let the legs fall to the left. Back and forth here. Let's go slowly. Slow pace that works for you, side to side a couple more times to each side. Okay, and then a block, a folded up blanket, to the size of a block. Somehow would also work. If you were as small as a block, but if you have your block, come and bring it. Clean. Sacrum in the floor. Extend your left leg. Take 5 breaths. Five breaths, switch legs when you're ready to switch legs. Slide the right foot back up. Lift your hips. Slide the block out from behind you. Spine to the floor, hips to the floor, knees to your chest. Let's lift the feet, bring the knees wide and a little more down, and reach up, and just find the outside edges of the feet, and pull the knees more down toward the floor. Hips stretching, inner thigh, groin stretching, happy baby. Good. And then let go of your feet and take your arms wide and bring your knees toward your chest. If you want to cross the left over the right, cross left over right, and drop both knees to the right. Let's take another 2 or 3 breaths on this side. We'll go 8 breaths. Very gentle reclined spinal twist here. No strain, no effort. No over twisting or pulling. Return to your back, knees to chest, switch the cross if you're crossing, or if you're not crossing, knees to the left. 3 more breaths on this side. Nice, and so then for Shavasana, maybe 4 minutes Shavasana, a quick, nice way to support your head, a little elevation for your head as well as your spine is to take a blanket when it's long fold with a block. Blanket lies both over the block and then onto the mat. And that supports your spine. And the block elevates your head a bit. We'll relax the neck and the throat, the base of the skull. You can feel supported right at the base of the skull. And the legs can go, and then the arms can go. Drop in, see if you can just drop in all at once. Let go of everything all at once. Feel everything there is left to feel. So let the breaths here, those last couple of minutes, be even more spacious, more spaced apart, without effort, without really trying. And then let's begin to move here just a bit. We'll settle movements of the tips of your fingers, your toes, a few longer, deeper breaths. And then as you're ready, good luck. From your props, from your back over onto a side, take a breath. Up from the side to come back to right spine. Move yourself to a seat. Maybe take one last breath here. Arms overhead, palms together, or palms to your heart. Close your practice here. Honor your time, honor your commitment. The even enthusiasm with which you look forward to being at this place on your mat at the same time. Week after week after week after week. Or your dedication. Namaste. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Thanks very much for your time. See you